Nawala ang tunog ah.
Hello?
Ayun.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, hey.
Hi.
Hello. I can't figure out how to.
Live. Live na tayo ah. We're live.
So who is here? Eh, apat lang tayo dito eh.
We have people there in the chat. Hello?
Meron.
Yes. We'll be starting in 5 minutes.
Chat ng YouTube.
Yes. You can open YouTube.
I don't see anything with YouTube.
Ayun. Good evening, Sir Emerson. Magandang gabi, Sarah, Ma'am Dulce, and of course, Teacher Pat is there.
Yun. Okay, I see myself.
Ayun. Good evening, Sir Emerson. Ayan, Professor Dali Andres is joining us. So right now we have, of course, Mr. Joey Ayala and Professor Ana Patricia Carranza, Mr. Dave Guadalupe, and Professor Dali Andres here in our Zoom chat. We request our members to use the YouTube comments for your feelings and ideas. Yeah. So we'll be starting in a few minutes. 5 minutes na lang po at mag-uumpisa na tayo. I just saw Sir Francis from Iloilo Music Educators Guild. Joey, you have a greeting there. Maayong gabi from Days on Lockdown.
NTBE.
Oo.
Grabe ang lag, oh.
Oo. May, may lag, yes.
Mga
Sa
30
YouTube.
seconds sa akin. Siguro 1 minute halos.
I just turned off the YouTube sound eh. Kasi it might interfere and loop with the mic. Hi, Ma'am Pauline. Magandang gabi po. And of course, yan, si Ma'am Dali. Ma'am Dali, you want to check your mic?
Evening.
Evening.
Yan, yes, we can hear you.
Hi, Ma'am Dali. Hi, Ma'am Pauline.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
3 minutes to go and we'll be starting. Our webinar speaker, Sir John Santiago, is there in YouTube. Magandang gabi, Sir Jason. Ayan. Ako po ang taga-tingin. Can you see it, Joey? Nakikita mo ba, Pat? Yung YouTube comments? Nakikita mo ba, Joey?
Yeah. Yung chat,
Okay.
kikita ko.
Okay. Ayan. Sige. So 3 minutes to go and we're going to start our inaugural PSME. Ano ba to? Chismisan?
Mutual Admiration Society.
Kwentuhan. Tama. Tama yun.
Dapat kantahan, kaya turuan.
O pwedeng kantahan. Pwedeng kantahan. Online kantahan without COVID. Na hindi super spreader event. Mahirap kumanta. Okay. Yan. Last 2 minutes and then we'll begin. Ayan, shout out kay Dean Vern ng UP College of Music. Hi,
Hi,
Dean.
Sir Dean.
Ay, Sir Vern.
Estudyante nyo, oh. Ayan, sabi ni Ma'am Dulce, kantahan, kuro-kuro at kumustahan, KKK. Parang ano yata yun, ah. Mala Bonifacio, ang dating, ano. Okay, 6 o'clock. Sir Joey, take it away.
Kumusta mga magaganda at mga gwapong malilinis ang mga muka at tenga?
Talaga ba?
Music educators.
Gandang gabi.
Gandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Hindi ko alam kung baka nami-miss lang natin na may kausap tayo na hindi kapamilya. Pero ito, one of the major things that brings us together ay lumabas na video clip ng isang teacher na nagtuturo ng paano pumalakpak. Napanood nyo ba yun? Yung quarter note, isang palakpak. Ang whole note, 4 na palakpak. Diba? Na-confuse siya dun sa duration at saka sa sound. Ang kaibahan nun. Kanyang kalituhan. Tapos, naglabas ng statement ng PSME. And one of the sentences was, music notation is not music. Meron din, hindi naman overwhelming ang reaction, pero may nag-react na huwag nyo naman maliitin ang mga marunong magbasa ng nota. Parang gano'n. So, naisipan namin na magkwentuhan tayo and gather sentiments, gather ideas that might lead to some sort of concrete proposal to improve the lot of music educators and of people who are studying music. Kawawa mga bata, di ba? Pati yung mga magulang na confronted with such materials tapos mali. Kahit tama yun, hindi pa rin nila malabo pa rin ma-explain kung ano ba yun. Kung ikaw ay magulang.
Oo, I can almost imagine yung mga modules ng mga bata na nandyan ngayon sa bahay.
Oo, di ba?
Yung mga kailangang ituro, I'm sure the parents are also making sense of whatever it is. Making sense talaga eh. No? Baka alien language yung makikita nila doon. Oo.
Sabi ni si Yuval Harari, yung author ng anyway, sabi niya, as society evolves, more and more of the functions that used to be of the family have become state functions, which includes health, education, correction of wrong behavior. Noon, pamilya ang bahala sa'yo kung may ginawa kang masama. Ngayon, meron ng pulis, meron ng sundalo, may presuhan na. Noon, gusto mong matuto, doon ka sa tatay mo, doon ka sa lolo mo. Pero ngayon, meron ng government school, etc. Itong
Pero,
nangyari sa...
bumabalik ngayon, Joey, sa pamilya. Kasi nga, nung nag-lockdown, sarado ang mga eskwelahan. So, marami tayong mga experiences ngayon, na-appreciate natin ang mga teachers natin. Ganun pala kahirap magturo ng anak ko, yung mga ganung drama.
Kasi nawala na sa family culture yung magturo ng maliit ng bata, di ba? Para ba, ay salamat may yaya, doon ka na sa yaya mo. Parang ganun ang naging eskwelahan eh.
Deposito ka na lang sa parang daycare center ang eskwelahan.
Eh ngayon, so siguro, baka role, ang isang one of the things that dawned on me as a performer nung nagka-pandemic is obsolete na itong harap-harapan. And I'm sure it even worse for teachers kasi nasanay ang teacher sa may sweldo. At least ako sanay na walang sweldo. Pero ang teacher ang teacher sanay na may sweldo. Mas grabe pa yung ma-imagine ko yung anxiety na obsolete na ba ako? Ano ba? Napaka life-threatening ng situation, diba?
As a musician, no? Oo, kasi lahat ng concert venues sarado.
Hindi lang musicians, laborers, drivers, lahat yan were faced with the possibility of obsolescence. So it's matindi siya.
Kami pa lang.
Ayan, Daisy. We're live, Ma'am Daisy.
Hi.
Hi. Magandang gabi. Ma'am Dolly, ayan. Si Ma'am Dolly, Ma'am Daisy. Of course, Ma'am Pauline, Ma'am Pat, and Sir Dino are here.
Hi, Ma'am Daisy.
And joined by our music teachers from Sir Emerson, si Ma'am Sarah from Rizal, Ma'am Dulce, and then si Sir Francis from Iloilo. Hindi ko kilala si Days on Lockdown, pero maayong gabi ang bati niya kay Sir Joey. Then of course, si Sir Jason, ang Dean ng UP College of Music, si Dr. Laverne de la Peña, si Sir Jason Mangalino, ayan, yan ang and of course, si MJ from Tacloban. Ayan, so pwede po kayong mag-comment regarding the, not necessarily the video, but
music ed in general siguro. So you wanna start like a guided chat? Kasi imposibleng magsalita lahat at makinig sa lahat sabay. I-guide ko na lang gamitin natin yung chat kasi naka-archive yung chat eh. So para tayo nagpo-post ng comments sa isang board na makikita ng lahat. Okay ba yun? I hope you participate. So siguro unahin natin although you're not strangers to me, unahin na lang natin yung describe yourself in a short phrase. Are you a teacher? Are you a student? Ilagay sa chat. Para pag nag-tabulate tayo, alam natin na ito galing sa performer, ito galing sa teacher. Parang ganun. So, describe yourself in a short phrase. 5 to 7 words lang. Go.
Dun sa chat natin. Sa YouTube. Okay. Let's go. Describe ourselves.
I am a curvaceous teacher, mga ganyan. No?
Ano ka mo? Para sa ating mga guests.
Oo.
Oo.
Yes. Ayan. Pwede rin sabihin dito, Joey.
Ha? Oh, pero
Pwede
hindi
rin sabihin
ikwento.
dito.
Rina-record ba natin? Sa YouTube, automatic to marirecord, ano? Okay.
Yes,
Yan, recorded
yes.
na nga.
Yes.
Okay? Naka-ano na ba lahat?
Okay.
Ilan tayo?
We are 2, 4, 6, 7. Lucky 7.
7 for now.
For now. We're still waiting for some board members to
Hmm.
come aboard. Come aboard, board members.
Board ka na.
Board na ako. Come aboard, board members. I'm bored. Okay.
Uy,
Ano gagawin?
Meron tayong choir conductor.
Ayan, online music teacher and community choir conductor.
Hmm.
Si MJ from Tacloban.
Okay.
Next.
Yan.
Ano na ba lahat? Choir conductor. Yung music teacher.
Yan, online
Okay.
teacher and community choir conductor. Si MJ from Tacloban.
Okay.
Next.
Yan.
Ano na ba lahat? Choir conductor. Yung music teacher.
Yan, online teacher and community choir conductor. We'll ask our participants itong ating board to mute their YouTube para hindi tayo magluloop.
Next.
Yan.
Freelance music teacher. Pianist.
We'll ask our participants itong ating board. Okay. Freelance music teacher, pianist, singer-songwriter, mom, music teacher. Ayan. So, meron tayong music teacher.
May latecomer ba? Ma'am Daisy. Andyan si Ma'am Daisy.
Research and media activist.
Describe yourself.
Si Lorna, nandito na?
Wala pa.
Wala pa?
Oo.
Music teacher yun.
Yes. Si Ma'am Pauline. Ma'am Pauline. Ma'am Pauline is our former CWATS teacher at the college. No? But she's also a wonderful home economics teacher. Di ba, Ma'am Pauline? Ayan, we have students.
Meron. Third year college.
Oo, welcome. BICAED. Alam mo yung BICAED is a culture and arts education na siya yung pumalit dun sa MAPE. Para sa mga sa mga listeners, nung araw merong MAPE. Ngayon, yung MAPE, naghiwalay na siya. Pinaghiwalay na siya ng CHED. So, merong Bachelor of Physical Education and School Sports, nandun din ang health, at merong Bachelor of Culture and Arts Education, na ang pwede mong maging major kasama ang music. Yan. So, yan po yung existing offerings ng CHED sa ngayon. At meron ding Bachelor of Music, major in Music Ed. So, I think sa UST, Ma'am Dali, you offer both. Ano ba ang program? Sa UP kasi we only offer BM Music Ed. But in UST, it's different, right?
It's also BM Music Ed and then BM Performance, BM Symphonic Instrument. So yun po ang mga division.
Pero sa College of Education,
education, as far as I know, parang hindi pa kami nag-start ng Culture Ed.
Okay. Pero may MAPE.
Dati may MAPE, tapos natapos na yung group nila, and then hindi pa ulit nag-o-open ng bago program.
Yan, okay. So, sina Ma'am Lorna, whom we're waiting for, they offer at the Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University in La Union, the BICA-ED program. Similar to what our student.
Mm-hmm.
Yan.
So, ang kwan lang is, ang music preparation would be yung MAD sa senior high. So, medyo maraming enrollees sa MAD.
Ano yung MAD?
As music arts design sa senior high school.
I see.
Tapos yung ibang mga bata, nasa orchestra but they belong to the senior high group. Kaya meron na tayong link.
Parang
na sila. Yes.
Oo, okay.
Next.
Meron tayo dito, music educator, singer, songwriter, arranger, multi-instrumentalist, si Ma'am Dulce, ano? At meron tayo from classical guitarist, no? Freelance, licensed music teacher, pianist accompanies from Calibo, Aklan. Hi, Sir Nong. He was my co-teacher in Ateneo Grade School before. Yan, si Sol, music researcher and arts manager. Meron tayong Rondalia instructor from Taguig, a full-time marketing associate for a classical music recording label.
Uy.
At meron tayong tagapagturo ng traditional na musika.
Uy.
Tagalikha ng materyales para sa flip classroom setting, si Jason Santiago. Yan ang mga nasa chat natin ngayon. Pwede ring tagaluto daw at tagalaba. Tagabitbit ng makulit na bata.
Baka yan talaga. Fallback occupation.
Oo. Child care, ano? Okay. Alright. Yun. So, yan ang ating mga, ayan, si Dr. Yankee Agustin, no? Who's also music educator who went into EdSite. And now I think practicing therapy using music. Diyan na si Ma'am Lorna, no? Our board member from Ilocos.
La Union.
La Union. Tama. Thank you for the correction. Salamat po.
Pero ngayon nasa Dagupan.
Oo, tama. Okay. So, Joey, no? Yun ang ating mga participants ngayong araw na ito.
Yeah.
From Visayas and from Aklan, Iloilo, Tacloban, Manila, Rizal. Yan ang ating mga Okay, Ma'am Loy, magandang gabi.
Good evening. Kararating ko lang, ma'am eh. Galing La Union.
Ma'am Lorna.
Tama. Oh, sabi ko nga from Ilocos, tapos sabi ni Ma'am Dali from La Union.
La Union. La Union.
Yes. Opo. So yun. Yan ang ating mga participants. Minomonitor kasi namin yung YouTube.
Best
Meron tayo si Tapati. Ayan.
Tapati.
Oo. Okay. I think that's ayan, Puntao, Mindanao. From Davao Region, we are performers. Magandang gabi po sa ating mga performers.
Na-mute ka, Joy.
Ayan. Alright. Kasi yung aking mga aso ay
Nakalapel.
sumali sa ating chat. Gusto pong sumali ng aming mga alagang dog. Okay. Ayan. So, para sa mga kaalaman ng ating mga music educators, ito pong PSME Chats ay gagawin monthly dito sa ating YouTube channel. Merong mga mag-host na board members. So sa ngayong January, si Joey ang mag-host. Then February, another board member will host. At mag-iimbita po kami ng mga PSME members who want to share their practices. So, pwede siyang FB Live. Depende po kung ano yung magiging platform na mas familiar dun sa ating ano. May mga nag-volunteer na po kasi na mga life members na gusto nilang mag-share ng mga ginagawa nila, mga arrangements, gusto nilang tumulong para magkaroon ng materials yung ating mga teachers sa field. So, to provide them with that venue, ay naisipan ng board na gawin itong PSME chats. Kwentuhan, kamustahan, at kantahan with social distancing. Ayan. So, nakwento kanina ni Joey, no, yung nangyaring DepEd video na ang balita ay preschool teacher siya. She's not a musician. She's not even a music educator. So, I think we want to support her, yung effort niya, no? Alam mo, yung ibang teacher, ayaw nilang ituro ng music eh. Parang sabi nila, wag na lang, magtanim na lang kayo dyan sa labas, maglaro kayo sa labas, yun yung music class. So, we should commend that teacher for actually being brave enough to teach. Ako wala akong lakas ng loob magturo ng ibang subject.
Parang baka hindi nagmamatch kasi yung curriculum dun sa age ng bata.
Curriculum, maraming nag-comment dun sa ating chat na kailangan nga daw i-review yung curriculum. What do you think, mga co-PSME board?
May ongoing review na sila. Nag-umpisa na sa mga teachers. Dapat nung January 2020, parang ganon, dapat yung mga original writers tatawagin na nila. Pero na-delay yung project hanggang inabutan ng COVID. So yung pagre-review, kasi ilang years na yan, ginawa ito noong 2013. 2013, that's almost 8 years ago. So kailangan na nga ng revision or review first before we go to the revision. So talagang plano na talaga na i-review ang curriculum natin.
Point of order. Pwede bang i-type yung mga you're now sharing facts about the situation, and can you type phrases of those facts in the chat?
Dun sa YouTube.
What you know about the situation? What are the facts? Hindi feelings, facts, yung verifiable facts, yung alam ninyo. Like, DepEd teacher ba talaga siya? Meron ng review na ongoing. These are facts. Sige daw. Para ma-record at saka ma-collate ng maayos yung discussion. Share facts about the music ed situation.
Ayan.
Yung alam nyo na fact. Yung alam nyo.
Oo. May reaction dito si Teacher Yankee. Sabi niya, probably we need to ask the DepEd the significance of music as part of the curriculum.
Yan, dapat kung sa posting pa ng comment, sa bandang dulo yan kasi action na eh. Action na siya.
Sorting sorting pala to.
Sorting ito. Para lahat makashare at lahat ma-document lahat ang iniisip.
Oo. So si Ma'am Dali can type in, no? Na 2013.
2019, so review of curriculum.
Hindi music teacher ang nagtuturo ng music. Is that a fact?
Oo, lalo na sa elementary. Kasi ang specialization ay nandun lamang sa high school. Tama, Ma'am Loy, no? Ma'am Loy can give us ano, kasi
Okay,
ako sa College of Music, si Ma'am Loy sa College of Education. Pa-explain po.
Oo. Usually, yung sa old curriculum natin, ang music ay wala na. Hindi katulad ng panahon ko, we have Music 1 and Music 2. Sa ngayon, ang music foundation of MAPE. So meaning to say, music, art, and physical education. So, tatlo yung tinuturo. And right now, ngayon, yung bagong curriculum ng teacher education, yun ang maganda. Kasi 3 units ng music. Kaya lang nga, yung 3 units ng music natin ngayon ay andun na lahat. Theories, strategies, assessment, kumbaga, andun na. Parang kulang pa rin. Kulang pa rin yung ng curriculum ng music. Tama, Sir Joey, na ang nagtuturo sa LM ay hindi talaga music teacher. At ayaw nilang magturo ng music. Takot silang magturo kasi nga hindi nila alam. Kasi kulang yung mga knowledge nila during their college time. Yun. So talagang kailangan tutukan natin yung masabi sa yung gumagawa ng curriculum, lalo na sa teacher education, kasi yun nga yung kailangan. Dati kasi Ma'am Joy, PSME board, meron tayong sa school namin, meron kaming specialization sa elementary education. MAPE. Ibig sabihin nun, music, art, physical education. Kaya lang, naalis yon. Inalis nila. Ang nagkaroon na lang ng specialization ay SPED. Hindi. Meron din sa elementary ngayon, ma'am. SPED, special education, yung early childhood, at saka general education. Oo. Inalis nila yun eh. Meron noong kami, specialization in math, English, MAPE, yun. Ibig sabihin nun, magtuturo ka, yun lang ang tuturo mo sa elementary. Pero, naalis yun. Hindi ko alam kung anong reason.
So ngayon, general ed na lang. General education. Kumbaga, generalist.
Oo, generalist. Tapos, specialization ng special education at saka early childhood.
Okay.
Yun na lang.
So nawala na rin yung mga English, math, science, MAPE,
Sa
elementary.
General na. General na yun.
Yun po ang current state ng ating teacher training ngayon. Saan ang music? Sa high school.
Ay, doon na lang.
High school teacher.
Oo. Bali, ang ngayon, ma'am, is Bachelor of Culture and Arts Education, wherein they could teach in the elementary and high school. Pero may mga problema rin yun, lalo na dito sa amin sa probinsya. Bakit? Walang may gustong pumuntang magturo ng theater arts, visual arts, dance. Yun na naman ang problema. The same. Kaya dapat talagang tutukan.
May time noon ng MAPE pa, exclusive lang ang MAPE graduates for high school. Pero sa Manila noon, nakita nila talagang may need for the MAPE majors, lalo na mga music majors. Kailangan talaga sa elementary talaga kasi yan ang foundation. So nagbago yung rule nila, kaya nagkaroon ng mga specialists doon sa elementary na dapat ang MAPE major is only for high school. So we welcome that move sa Manila noong meron ng mga music teachers. Kasi ang graduates ng music ed, pwedeng magturo sa elementary, pwedeng magturo sa high school.
Kasi sa private schools naman, ang setup, mayroon talagang music teacher, may art teacher, may PE teacher. And then they teach across levels. Ang nangyayari kasi ngayon, in the public school, MAPE teacher siya ng grade something. Ganun siya. That's the setup. Rather than music teacher.
Depende rin yon sa school kung merong enough na teachers ng PE and arts. Yung music teacher talagang nagiging music lang siya. Kaya maganda yon pag may naiwan na specialist. Pero again, depende yon sa dami ng bata, sa dami ng sections. But for small schools, na may maintain nila, yung music teacher will only teach music. Maswerte yung school na yon at marami na akong nakitang ganong school, lalo na sa Manila.
Oo.
Kasi doon po kami nagpa-practicum sa Manila. So, ang public school system, medyo familiar po ako sa Manila.
Merong comment kay Sir Vern, kahit gawin pa nating 30 units ang music sa teacher training, kulang pa rin yan para sa gusto nilang ituro sa mga bata. Ang dapat linawin, ano ang dapat at pwedeng ituro sa context ng DepEd. Yung curriculum at yung philosophy. Ano ang place ng music sa buhay ng isang batang nag-aaral ng sangkatutak na subjects? Ano ba ang produkto na gusto? Gusto bang maging musician? Kung gusto mong maging musician, kulang yung 30 minutes at mag-aaral ng nota. So, kung gano'n ang vision, di ba? Kaya nagkakaroon ng disconnect. Kasi meron kang notation dyan na ituturo.
Miss Joy, medyo nag-lag kay Ma'am Joy.
Na-mute.
Nag-mute. Okay.
So, yung philosophy, the philosophy is very important. I think that's what Dean Vern is saying. In the context of DepEd, what is music education in the life of the Filipino child?
Naka-align yata ang DepEd sa employment kaya to produce employees. Yun yata ang overriding concern yata kasi ng DepEd. Everything is approved. The curricula are approved by employers. So if a music employer says, kailangan marunong basa nota kasi pag akit mo ng barko, latagan ka ng nota, dapat kaya mong tugtugin. Ganun yata yung orientation Kaya hindi developmental, employment, I think, is the philosophy.
Maganda naman kung employment kasi may talagang pupuntahan. Kaya lang ang isang hindi namang hindrance, kaya hindi nawawala yung theory, pupunta naman tayo sa assessment. Kasi kailangan merong bigyan ng grade, kailangan merong markahan. So kailangan merong papel, yung papatunay na alam na nila yung mga nota na yun. So kasi nga sa dami ng mga bata, pag gusto natin lahat sila kakanta, paano mo pakikinggan, paano mo i-evaluate isa-isa. So pupunta pa rin tayo sa mass production. So mas madali.
Unrealistic talaga yan. Mass production of your want rabbits to act like snakes. Parang ganun yan
Pero para sa akin, matagal na nating hinihingi yung sana may music sa lahat from grade 1 to grade 6. Sana hinihingi natin yun. Matagal na ibalik ang music. Pero ngayon nandyan na, sino magtuturo ng music? Yun naman na naging problema natin. Balik na naman tayo doon. Meron akong nakausap dati, ma'am, kung ganitong gagawin natin na pagpalitan natin yung mga curriculum, sabi ng supervisor, ma'am, mas hindi nila masusundan yan kasi mas kailangan pa rin ng teachers, lalo na yung walang background, mas kailangan nila ng binabasa, mas kailangan nila ng merong mapapag-usapan sa bata. So, dahil sa dami ng dapat turuan tsaka dami ng teachers natin, so hindi natin nasasagot lahat yung pangangailangan sa musika kung paano natin gustong palaguin.
Meron tayong participant mula sa Australia. Alam mo sa Australia, nung nag-revise sila ng curriculum, nag-consult sila sa parents at sa mga bata. Alam mo yun? Present nila yung curriculum na pinaplano nilang ituro dun sa mga bata. Kaya maganda sigurong gawin, kung magre-revise tayo, syempre teachers, gusto natin, ito matutunan. Pero at the same time, tanungin kaya natin yung mga Filipino children, ano gusto nyo matutunan sa music?
O sila ang kliyente.
Di ba? Kailangan may boses sila dun sa curriculum.
Stakeholders.
Oo, lagi natin sinasabi, child-centered. Nasan sila dun sa planning? Parang wala Napaka-silent nung kanilang mga boses. So yun yung ginawa nila. Naalala ko kasi nakita ko yung sa Australia. So ganun yung ginawa nila sa Australia. Nagkaroon ng children and youth consultation kasama yung mga magulang. No?
Magandang ano yan, magandang.
Sa music sa music yan. Hindi lang sa any subject, sa music. Oo, nag-share yung sa ISME na Australian scholar ng music ed. So, baka pwede nating kaway-kaway, DepEd, baka pwedeng interviewin yung mga bata. Diba?
Pero iba talaga basta merong magandang program, may teacher. Ang ganda rin naman ng program nila kasi nakita ko yan eh. Talagang may nangyayari naman. Kaya lang, ang mga practicumers namin, sabihin, ang gagaling kumanta. Pero pag nag-test na sila, mas pag lumabas na sa test, hindi na nasagot ng bata yung mga question. Pero pag yung aspect na enjoy yung bata, kumakanta sila, natutuwa sila, andun eh. Na yun yung hinahanap natin sa music. Yung participation nila, yun yung natin eh, yung affective side ng music. Yung social side, yun ang hinahanap natin eh. Dapat one aspect na hindi mawala.
So parang in terms of goal setting, kailangan may cognitive part. Kasi mas mataas tayo dun sa affective / values at saka performance psychomotor.
Ma'am Dali.
Para sa akin, embedded yun. Basta pag ginawa mo yung music, hindi kinlap hindi yung clapping. Actual music making. Nandun yung affective kasi nandun yung psychomotor. Tapos nandun din yung cognitive kasi memory and
Yes.
medyo evaluate ka, tama ba yung ginagawa ko? Magpa-problem solve ka eh. Yun yung nakikita ko.
Hindi mo naman siya kailangan i-dissect, di ba?
Oo, music making as a whole. Oo. Kantahan. At ulitan.
Parang ganito.
Social activity siya eh. Hindi pwede parang i-separate din.
So, pwede rin na mag-lecture, pero music eh. Bakit mag-lecture?
Sa preschool methods class namin, lagi ko sila tinatanong kung paano sila natuto ng music. Tapos palagi yan, parang narinig ko, ginaya ko, gusto ko maging ganyan. Parang wala naman atang nag-start sa notation, but eventually they get there. Parang kapag nagbabasa ka ng libro, di ka nagbabasa ka agad eh. May kinig ka sa kwento, gagaya-gaya ka ng syllables, bago ka magbasa ng nobela, di ba? So, ganun din siguro.
Oo, very contentious yung music notation is not music, dun sa statement. Maraming nag-react doon sa ating mga fellow musicians. Siguro kailangan nating i-explain. Related yun doon sa sinabi ni Pat na children learn language by exploring before they learn to write.
Yes. At saka matututo yung mga bata talaga through experiences. Kasi ako for so many years na I've been a music teacher sa BIMSU, na ako yung talagang music teacher nila noon, sa ngayon kasi hindi na ako. Sabi ng mga parent, ma'am, pwede ba bumalik ka na? Bakit? Sabi ko, ma'am, kasi basta kailangan ka. Iba yung na-experience ng mga bata nung talagang music teacher ang nagtuturo. Talagang kailangan marunong yung magtuturo sa mga bata. Hindi yung talagang sabihin lang na, kasi marunong kang kumanta, magturo ka ng music. Kasi gano'n na nangyayari, ma'am, sa field. Kahit na hindi niya alam yung tungkol sa theories or basta marunong kumanta, siya na music teacher. Kasi takot nga yung mga ibang mga teacher, music teacher, yung mga teachers na magturo ng music. Nung nasa Manila akong nagturo din, nakita ko yung magandang gawain ng mga sa Manila Division. Wherein at parang every summer meron silang workshop yung mga music teacher, at saka meron silang ginawa na parang sa primary merong music teacher, sa upper yung grade 4, 5 and 6 merong special music teacher. Yun sila lang ang nag-handle ng music. Kaya ang ganda ng yung curriculum ng music sa elementary ng Division of Manila. Na-observe ko yan. Nung nasa Quezon City akong nagtuturo, sabi ko parang iba ata yung pagtuturo, or hindi, yung mga teachers siguro nasa ano na rin siguro yun, ma'am, no? Yung sa supervisors na meron silang plan na every summer nagkakaroon ng workshop yung mga teachers. Ma'am Dolly, kasi
Very
nasa
strong
division,
talaga.
di ba ganon ano?
Manila, very strong
Oh,
talaga.
ganon.
Kahit
Ang
nung
ganda.
dati pa ako, talagang may music teacher sila.
Specialist sila.
So,
Yeah.
lalo na yung mga teachers also from UE. Dati ang UE may music. Hanggang ngayon naman, meron pa rin sa music major. So, naka-field din sa public school. Kaya, ang
Yes.
ganda. I really like. Tsaka parating may contest. So,
Oo, yun.
live ang Manila music program.
May comment dito from Sir Jason, as a Rondalia instructor, importante din po sa aking ma-develop ang music appreciation ng mga estudyante. And then si Dean Byrne, kailangan malinawan ang mga administrador kung, all caps, ano ang music. Sila ang dapat bigyan ng training, hindi lang teacher. Nabanggit mo yan, Ma'am Loy.
Yes.
Supervisor kasi nakakaintindi.
Yes.
Dun sa needs ng subject. Kaya hindi lang teacher. Marami tayong mga teachers na nadi-demoralize dahil nakikita nila na hindi naiintindihan yung subject ng music.
Yes.
Can I share?
Yes.
Can I share?
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Ma'am Days.
You know, yung sa mga practicum classes natin, for example, our elementary practicum students go to KN Cruz Taligas. Tapos yung mga high school students natin, they go to Quirino High School and New Era High School, no? Ingay na mga aso ko. In fairness, yung mga principals diyan sa schools na yan, when we meet, kasi our classes meet the principals first, no? Before they enter the classrooms, no? They make an audience to the principals, and the principals are so willing to have music classes, are looking forward pati to the music classes that our music students will be teaching their students, no? So nakikita ko na napaka-supportive ng mga principals sa mga public schools na ito. At least I'm speaking for Cruz Taligas, Quirino High School, and New Era. And ang mga principals dyan, siguro wala silang alam sa music. Definitely, that's for sure. But they are looking forward to the music classes. So you can see na talagang they long for good music classes for their students. In fact, sa mga yung mga estudyante natin, mga public school students natin, actually nakakaiyak kasi when our practicum students, our student teachers are already teaching, tapos magkukulminating program sila, tapos they make the children perform and they perform for the children. Ang ganda ng interaction, super ganda. And of course in these activities, all the teachers in these schools are watching the our student teachers make music together with the public school children. So it's so disheartening na ang DepEd hindi nag-aasikaso sa value ng music na makikita mo talaga sa mga estudyante, mga public school children, no, both elementary and high school, in my so many years of handling the practicum classes, no, of our students, and they can see both the teachers, the public school teachers who are not teaching music and are made to teach music, and then the children, the public school children, nakikita nila yung value, ang ganda-ganda ng, kunyari yung mga voice majors natin, kakantahan nila ng kundiman yung mga bata, at saka yung principal na nasa harapan, parang feeling very special sila, no? And they long for that experience every time, every semester. Kaya kung pwede lang sana yung mga practicum students siguro natin, if we can fix a system, no, all of these student teachers, we bring them all to these schools kasi walang mga music teachers eh. No, but what I'm saying here is talagang gusto ng mga estudyante, public school children, both elementary and high school, at gusto rin ng mga teachers, kaya lang hindi sila makaturo. Even the principals. They just parang sana talaga matulungan ng gobyerno in this in relation to this kasi ako naiiyak ako pagdating sa mga culminating programs na I can see the children and the teachers in the public schools na wow, ang ganda pala ng music talaga, and I see their expressions. You will really wonder why the government is not doing anything about it. I don't know this DepEd. That's one. The second one I want to share is every semester in my methods classes, I make my students, we go through the DepEd K-12 curriculum. I'm sure you guys know the content, no? Yung K-12. Let's take it from kinder to grade 10. Kasi yung 11 and 12, mas mas you know naman, di ba, mas performance based, right? It's not very cumulative anymore, di ba? Pero yung K-12, yung grade 1 to 12, grade 1 to 10, imagine sa elementary, alam nyo yung program, di ba? Very very conceptual based, di ba? No, all the elements, notation, kaya nga nagtuturo yung teacher na yun ng notation kasi yun yung nakafocus dun sa program. Pagdating sa high school, can you imagine our students in the College of Music, we are all laughing at the K-12 program when we look at the program every semester. Biro mo, tumatawa si Dali. Biro mo, yung mga Renaissance, yung grade 9 na Western music, meron silang mga Renaissance composers na kahit sa College of Music hindi natin masyadong di ba, Lorna? Hindi natin inaasikaso. Tapos lalo na yung Asian music. Imagine Asian music, pati Israel nandoon sa DepEd program. Tignan mo si Dali tumatawa. How can these non-music teachers, kahit nga yung mga music students natin, di makakaturo niyan. Ito pa kayang mga non-music teachers? Totally out of, I cannot imagine. That K-12 program has to really be taken out completely and really changed completely. Oo, nagagalit ako sa program na yan, yung K-12 na yan.
Sample lang, ma'am.
Ay, sus Maria.
Always have to sing Korean music, sing ganyan.
Ay, sus Maria. Pati
Picking
opera.
Sa mga Korean. Sa mga Korean, do you know this song? Korean. I don't know that song. So sabi ko, bakit natin pipilitin pag-aralan to? Samantalang alam ba nila ang Philippine music pag pumunta sa Indonesia? Alam ba nila ang ba't tayo kailangan kabisado natin yung part ng appreciation, part ng pero parang again, maraming side. Maganda rin yung alam, pero pag yung practical, parati na lang tutugtog sa patpat, sa mga cake na lutuan para maging gamelan. So parating improvise. So paano natin iaakyat na naman yung authentic music? So nawawala dahil ang taas ng sinet natin na standard natin. At
yes. Hindi nga maka-pronounce yung mga public school, high school students ng CHOPIN. Nasa curriculum yan. O syempre, you'll expect they'll say it Chopin until the music teacher from our practicum students will start teaching them, di ba? I mean, wow, grabe talaga. It has to be changed from the bottom. Has to be, I don't know how we will do it, the PSME, I don't know, but it really has to be changed from the bottom.
Historically, noong 1977, nagkaroon ng forum ang PSME at the CCP. At yung forum na yon ang naging basihan ng curriculum. Hindi na naulit yung forum na yon kung saan nag-ipon-ipon ang mga music educators. So baka kailangan tayo ulit. So hopefully with these chats, we can work towards that. Na magkaroon ng consultation, unang-una sa community. Nabanggit yan ni Dean Vern. Meron tayong comments about Piaget. Siguro pag-aralan din kung si Piaget ba ay applicable sa mga batang Pilipino. sa pag-iisip. Kasi syempre, Western theory yon. So baka kailangan din mag-usap tayo sa mga EdSite natin na sa Philippines. No? So para makita natin talaga kung ano yung profile ng isang Filipino child. Tapos, eto, nabanggit din na ang MAPE, yun nga, ang system ng MAPE is really difficult to navigate. So kung nakikinig ang ating DepEd, sana mag-allot ng item for music. Kasi siguro ang problema ay walang budget. Para, hindi ko alam, no? I'm not party to any operation, ano. Pero mag-work yan kung merong budget for a music specialist. Sabi nung ating ano sa Australia, ganun din daw ang problema sa Australia. Ang music naka-integrate sa drama, so nawa-water down. So, it seems it is not a problem sa music, tawag dito, sa Pilipinas. Merong comment sa YouTube, hindi daw mataas ang standard. Kung hindi, masyado kasing yung pagtuturo ay konsepto at terminology na dagdag memoryahin.
And I agree with that. Kasi maraming po ako nakikitang mga modules mula elementary hanggang high school. At yung mga questions nila ay nasa-stuck sa what, which, who, yung mga pwedeng i-research online na pwede mo kunyari i-take sa literature class. Yung kunyari magsasagot ka ng mga research mo, tapos i-order mo, gagawin mo ng sentence. Pero
yung mic,
hello.
audio.
Pero yung mismong paggawa ng music, hindi nga rin magawa, lalo na ngayon na online pa tayo.
I would not blame these teachers for making questions like what, yung mga fact that they can actually find in the Google. I was just talking to my Friday lady yesterday. Friday ba yesterday o Friday? Sabi niya yung mga questions daw sa modules ng mga anak niya ay puro nakahanap lang naman sa Google. And the questions are on Google and the answers are on Google, and the modules are used are used by the teachers, no, by the public school teachers. I mean, it's not lang for music but for all other subjects actually. So yung mga estudyante wala naman talagang natututunan ngayon because they can find both questions and answers on Google. Di lalo na for music. Siyempre sa music, what will we expect for the teachers to ask because they themselves don't know. Diba? Sila mismo hindi nila alam So what will they do? Wala naman talaga silang magawa Pinapagawa nga sila ng something they don't know. So it's really parang for me it's very very parang how do you do that? It really has to be changed altogether.
Yeah, pwedeng gawin kasi like for example dun sa Renaissance, instead of working at details, you work at ideas. Ano ba ang ideas ng Renaissance music? Ano ang similarity sa ideas ko as a creative music person? Dapat ganun yung approach. For me, personally.
Because nga, Joy, if I may interrupt, because nga, the program is not like that Of course, we all know that the K-12 program is very objective. Di ba? It's very objective.
Kaya nga, very conceptual.
Oo, very conceptual.
Pwede ba yung competencies tanggalin na?
Oo, grabe ang program. Ang haba-haba pa. I don't even think the teachers are able to handle 1/4 of that program for the whole school year, given how they value music. Siyempre, gagamitin pa yung schedule na yun for their physics, their math, yung languages nila. Siyempre, last priority ang music. Tapos, ang haba-haba ng program, ang dami. It's very content, what do you call that? Content loaded. No? Sobrang load ng content ng K-12. So, I don't know why it's even on Google.
Actually, the concept should be, ang ginawa kasi kung standards-based ka talaga, the content is crafted from the standards. The behavioral, for example, performing music. Then you lift whatever standard from the performance. Ang nangyayari kasi may content ka, may standard ka. Isang matuto, tapos meron ka pang, ano yun,
Competencies.
objectives, competencies, correct, Ma'am Dani. So, the curriculum has to really be the design of it, no? Tama, yung critique na it's very content heavy, no? Yeah.
Tapos, nag-check na yung principal, pag wala doon sa curriculum yung ginawa mong test, wala doon yung ginawa mo lesson plan, mali na yung so prescribed na yung teacher wala nang freedom to improvise, freedom to add something na gusto ng bata. So, kasi lalo na pag, wala naman sa curriculum yan, ba't ituturo mo? So, yun ang nagiging isa pa sa mga problema.
May comment dito, no, si Sir Vern, na sa Japan, ang sports, arts, band, choir, drama, dance ay co-curricular. Very rich ang program kasi experiential. Yan ang pwedeng maging model. Years ago when I asked the late Lilian Luna, who was the music supervisor for DepEd, bakit wala tayong orchestra, choir, or even rondalya? Yung pipili yung bata, gusto ko mag-choir, gusto kong mag-rondalya, gusto kong mag-orchestra, gusto kong mag-rock band. Ang sabi ni Lilian sa akin, God bless her soul, sabi niya, walang pera ang gobyerno.
Oh, yes.
Sayang, di ba? Kasi nung binigyan ko ng exam ang mga taga-Pundakit, yung anak ng mga, ano doon, fisher folk, yung mga gustong mag-aral kay Coke, abay 99% ng kanilang music aptitude. Lahat sila, 150 kids, na hindi pa natuturuan, ha? Can you imagine the kind of level of listening that these kids have? Bago sila turuan, nando na. Elementary. So, sayang.
Actually, having seen all these public school students, no, I think they will be receptive to proper music teaching if they're given the proper opportunity. I think they will be kasi natural ang musicality ng mga estudyante ng mga Filipino children eh. I mean, make them experience music, they will do it as you ask them, no? They hyper sila sa mga practicum, sa mga experience ko when I observe our practicum students. They're hyper, they're so willing to join activities of our students. You can see yung talagang, ayan na, dadating na yung mga, ayan na si ma'am, ganyan-ganyan, sasabihin ng mga music, ng mga teachers sa public school. So they're looking forward to the lesson. In fact, the teachers are there to watch our practicum students kasi ang gaganda ng mga activities eh. So you can see our Filipino children are really if they are given the proper lessons in music. It's so wonderful to teach them music. Yung musicking talaga, yung papakantahin, papasayawin, papakreatin sila in that using those methodologies, not these mga cognitive
reading music,
etc. Yung experiential, di ba? Oo. May nangyayari nga sa sobrang excitement, kung ano-anong mga the excitement of the students, yung ano nga ang term niyan kay
enthusiasm.
MMPC, ha? Yung
enthusiasm.
yung mga very excited sila sa excitement nila. Siyempre, yung momentum ng lesson mo nasisira, di ba? That's just because they're so interested in the lesson.
Why not? Sila naman na nag-aaral. Why can't they determine what they want to learn?
Yes,
Who are we to say, but it's a creative art. I mean,
kailangan may values sa kanila.
Exactly. Let them decide.
Oo.
We're too meddling.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? I remember si Kichi. Kichi was then the chair of the Voice. She asked me sa Quirino High School if she could invite her whole opera class to go to the 4th year class of Quirino to sing to them opera songs. And he said, why not? So dinala ni Kichi yung buong opera class, mga 6 students siya. And then they went to the Quirino High School and they sang opera songs to the children, no? To the Quirino Public School 4th year students. And it was also an experiment kung anong magiging how they will behave, no? Kasi opera classical music, why not? 'Di ba? Expose them. They've never heard operas singing in front of them para silang special performance. with a little explanation from the students of Kichi for every song. My God, yung grade, yung fourth year ng Quirino High School, they were treated to opera music, opera songs, opera, I mean high art, no? So as long as they're given the proper orientation, in one session you get them. You can get them and they will appreciate. Yan ang appreciation. It's very easy to do that. It really just depends on the teacher if only they are trained. I believe in that so much.
Not to treat it as a lecture class.
Oo.
And then to make it much more personal. May mga nababanggit na what is history? Whose history? Kanino? Kaninong history ba? Pag nagturo tayo ng Western, of course, Western music and notation is part and parcel of music education. We have to admit that. Pero hindi yun tumitigil doon. 70% of the world's music is not notated and improvised. And it's much more creative and personal. Therefore, we have to teach all of these things. What to teach? Kung ano yung nag-resonate. Tama ka dun sa mga bata. Di ba? Kung ano yung kultura ng lugar. Maraming musicians sa ating mga hindi sila napapansin. Pwedeng mag-partner. I remember in Tagum, yung community band members taught with elementary teachers. Can you imagine that? Ganda nun. You don't have to train the teachers dahil kung kulang naman talaga sa musicianship. Meron ka ng live musician. Nandyan. Tawagin mo lang. Nasa kalye lang yon. Di ba?
Oh. Yeah, kasi I think also it's important that the children, our Filipino children, should be exposed to all kinds of music. Diba? Lahat. Tama. Kung sana maayos ang pagtuturo, lahat. Western music, Philippine music, lahat na Asian music, dapat lang, diba?
Ma'am Daisy, wala daw high art.
Ha?
Comment,
Western music. When we make
that is the classification.
Kasama
yan sa category for Western, di ba? Pero Pilipino tayo eh. Malay ba natin na high art yun? I mean, it lives in its own time.
Yeah, you teach it contextually. Oo, with context yan. Lahat yan. May context yan.
Okay.
Ang sarap
Sir Joey, we have 2 minutes. Kaya mo bang mag-synthesize? Parang kulang yung 1 hour, no? Sa kwentuhan natin. But anyway, meron pa po tayong February and we hope that you can still join us in that chat, no? February. Si-schedule pa namin. So, Sir Joey, take it away. Ayan, nalilito ka na, no? Go, kaya mo yan.
Mukhang papunta ito sa what do we feed the people who design the curriculums? Di ba? Hindi natin sino ba ang niyan, nagde-decide. Wala ko idea dun.
Good question, Joey.
Mga levels yan, Joey. May mga levels yan.
So iba-ibang level yan.
Iba-ibang levels, iba-ibang mga stakeholders. Pero sa nakikita ko, kulang ang consultation sa mga bata.
Oo, tama.
Mismo sa mga bata.
So maganda yung mga discussion, but if we condense this into a paper or something, what is the pressure point upon which to apply this pressure? Kanino mo? Kay Ma'am Liling ba? Ganon? Saan mo ilalagay itong yung synthesis nito? Saan mo ibibigay?
Well, they can be informed. Pero remember, it's also a political decision. Diba? Curriculum is a very political matter. All education is political and ideological.
O tsaka nung 70s, sinabi nyo sa CCP, ang naghugis nito, music educators din eh.
Oo. Kaya kailangan na niyang i-update. Anong petsa na? Diba? Nagbago na ang mundo ng musika at ang pananaw. Ang aesthetic education, kung saan notation is based, is still there, but it has been, may practicalist music ed na, merong critical music ed kung saan social justice, ang mga lumad natin, dun papasok. Yan ang mga philosophies ngayon, yan ang mga pinag-uusapan. Imaginein mo. So, ito ngayon pero meron din tayo, yung pag-iisip natin, pag-iisip ng mga national artists for music, tayo mismo, mga guro, yung mga bata natin.
Saka yung mga sinabi nyo applicable sa lahat ng subject eh. So if if you suggest something, a structural change or a systemic change, hindi pwedeng isang subject lang ang baguhin mo. Babaguhin mo talaga lahat.
Definitely. Kasi usually naman ang curriculum review hindi lamang isang subject.
Oh, kasi
Tama ka na itong K-12, neoliberal ang basihan.
nasa
Dahil
design
kailangan
ng-
nating mag-export ng labor.
Hmm,
At kailangan natin ng 12 years of basic education.
brainwashing.
Yun ang isa sa mga basihan nun eh.
To produce obedient employees. Nabasa ko yan eh. All the curriculums are to produce obedient employees. So the practical value of music notation is kahit walang silbi sa'yo, kaya mo.
At saka also, music publishers make money out of it.
Old
Kasi kung
style.
ituturo mo na direct from musician to the next, walang middleman na magcha-charge. Oh, you have to pay me for that sheet music.
Oh. Ano na nga,
Pero
obsolete
one
na
side
talaga.
naman for the notation is we always have this literacy. So music literacy. Kasi pag wala din yung literacy, kung wala na yung magtuturo, hindi na isulat. So paano naman? It can also stop. So
Record sa
that's also one
cellphone.
side for
Pero
the...
recordings already, di ba?
Oh, pero kung iba yung recording, iba pa rin yung kaya nga may education. So literacy will be part of that education.
Notation is great for analysis and very complex passages, madidecipher mo kung marunong ka sa notation.
But if you know how to teach it in a very child-centered way,
Enjoyable.
pwede yan.
Gawing laro.
Yeah,
Oh, direct
you
to the
can also
sound.
deny them that music literacy, and one aspect of that would be, kahit sabihin natin notation, I think it's also their right to know how to read and write music.
So if PSME produces wonderful materials for every chunk of theoretical information or technical information, ang music teacher, facilitator, taga-play nung material.
Hindi, kasi hindi pwede yung canned, magiging parang canned music, canned material. Hindi eh. Basta maturuan mo sila how to be creative. Basta maturuan mo lang sila ng tamang paraan, and then they will do their own ways of doing it.
So the canned is for the teacher, not for the student.
No.
Oh, the students are very, very much into technology now. So that
Ah.
music notation has been superseded by so many good recording technologies.
Sabi
And
nga
if we
ng anak
talk
ko,
about industry, nabanggit ni Dean Vern, the industry does not use music notation so much. Joey, galing ka doon.
Good daw.
Experience of it.
talaga.
Diba? If the assumption is employment,
Oo. Saka matututo ka naman ng notation kung gumamit ka ng digital workstation eh.
Yes, daw.
Daw.
Matututo ka naman eh. Like ako, I learned it in 2 weeks because I forced myself to learn the software. So I learned theory from learning the software.
Ay, alam mo, there's one student na ang gamit ay Rondalia, sa family of Rondalia sa Bicol. She was my student. Hindi siya nag-notation. Chart kasi sila eh. And then sabi ko sa kanya, paano ka pumasa sa College of Music? Tinuruan daw siya ng notation, pero 2 weeks lang.
Yeah.
But she plays very, very beautifully. Can you imagine that? No?
Saka there are more
Natutunan 2 weeks
efficient,
para sa'yo.
there are more efficient styles of notation ngayon. Tablature,
Correct.
specific to your instrument. So,
So
I
kung
think-
literacy, it should be functional literacy. Yung magagamit.
Yes.
textual and functional.
Magagamit talaga.
Minsan kasi, sorry po. May interrupt. Minsan kasi yung notation, nakakahinder din eh. Parang nasa stop na, wala akong babasahin. Paano kaya ako tutugtog? Paano kaya ako sasali?
Nung prep ako, sabi ko gusto ko mag-music. Linagay ako sa Glee Club. Yung first rehearsal, inabutan ako ng music sheet. Ayoko na. Pagkukuhan, di ba?
Oo.
Prep, abutan ka ng music sheet.
You know,
Ewan na.
ang
Mali.
experience ko dyan, ganito. I think we have to, yung mga music teachers should make our children appreciate music first, love music first. And then, when they are into it, they will want to learn notation. Diba? Pag gustong-gusto na nila yung music, ayan. Kasi nangyari yan sa akin eh. When I was teaching in the Chinese International School, I was doing ORF instruments with them by rote, no? Listening lang, tapos tutugtog, di ba? Experimentation, etc., etc. Yung method ng ORF, di ba? Ang yaman ng school eh, ang dami naming ORF instruments eh, no? So, and then after that, when the children are so into it, they ask, Miss Daisy, can I now learn this song? That's when they are prepared for notation. That means kasi, they'll have to learn notation to be able to play any music that they want. Diba? So that means they're into it, they're ready for notation. But first, we make them ready for notation. Because that will really come They will want to play any piece diba? When you want to learn to play any piece, you have to be able to read fast. So that's
Or, pwede
dun
na
yung-
comment
dun
ni
yung-
Sir Vern, invent your own notation.
Yes.
Yun
Graphic
muna.
notation.
Yun muna.
Gumawa ka ng sarili mong notation so that maaalala mo. Di ba yun naman ang
Mnemonic
ang
device.
reason for notation. Oo. That's
Oo,
and then
kasi
when
may
they-
mga notation na iba-iba. I remember
Oo.
Professor Elaine Kahukom, when she joined the Asian Traditional Orchestra in Korea, she was looking at the Chinese player. She had a different notation. So may staff notation, pero inaano niya dun sa notation niya.
Yeah.
So ibig sabihin, meron tayong notation that will make sense to us. Diba?
Yes.
Ma'am Joy, yung
Yes, ma'am.
yung technique ba ni Sir, yung sa Rondalla,
Chart.
inanyo yung kay Sir Espejo. Yun, napakalaki yung yung tulong yon. Talagang kumbaga tenga muna or yung experience muna ng mga bata bago mag-note reading na talagang mas madaling matututo ang mga bata.
Meron Rondalla instructor tayo. Oo,
Oo.
kasi nung araw tinuturuan kami ng Rondalla, may nota, whole note, lahat ng open string tutugtugin mo, tapos babasa ka. Tapos si Espejo hindi ganun.
Yes.
Isang nota, walang nota actually. Yung string, pero
Letter.
from letter. Tapos pianissimo
Pitch name.
hanggang forte, ipapatremolo
Yes.
yun. Ganon. So, napakaganda. Kaya ang tunog, wow, wonderful.
Ang ganda talaga.
Oo, so parang nai-enjoy mo dahil yung sound direktang nagsispeak sa'yo rather than nakatingin ka sa nota. Of course, these are all experiences. Welcome lahat yan.
Yes.
Ang teacher are professional enough to decide kung ano po ang mag-fit
Technique.
sa inyong community. Ang kailangan lang po ay tulungan ng DepEd na bigyan ng freedom yung mga teachers natin to partner with local musicians and to decide what is best for the students.
Budget.
Importante.
Instrumento, budget, di ba?
Instrumento, budget. Yes po, opo.
Local government
Ano
support.
ng basketball kung wala kang bola, wala kang court. Ganun din, di ba?
Oo.
Music, kailangan mo na instrumento.
Revolutionary taxes.
Oo. Okay. Sorry po, ang daming comments.
Oo, nice.
So, 7:08 na. Maraming salamat sa ating wonderful PSME board. Sir Joey, ano ang iyong last message?
Wala. hindi na natin sinunod yung structure na balak isunod because sumasabog ang lahat sa naisabihin eh. So okay lang.
May very passionate ang ating mga teachers.
Grabe, oh.
Maraming points of view.
Music
So,
kasi
We will try
passionate.
to synthesize. Kami ni Pat siguro mag-synthesize nito.
Yes, please.
I think one point
We'll
would
give you
be
more or less. Siguro maganda kahit transcript lang
Dali, you were saying
no.
something?
So 1 point or 2 points would be number 1 is a review of the curriculum, and then go back to the stakeholders, and if we can unload some of these very heavy concepts of the curriculum. So I think that's one. Those are points that came out from this session.
Teacher Pat?
Ang pinaka-sinabi nila dito sa comments tsaka sa discussion natin, kailangan muna malaman natin bakit natin inaaral yung isang bagay. Kasi doon lalabas kung paano siya matututunan, kung alin ang dapat matutunan, at kung saan natin siya gagamitin. Regardless kung music man ito or ibang subject.
Any other?
Hey, Sir Joey?
Magandang gabi po. Maraming salamat sa participation ninyo. We hope this will lead to some practical solution.
Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
Goodbye. And
I
thank
just want to share before we leave the words of national artist Jose Maceda. He said in the 1950s, the writing and playing of native music could be cultivated in more equitable proportions. Through performance, music becomes a real sound and a living phenomenon that can be developed for integration with life in modern cities and can be used in contemporary musical activities. So yan po, galing sa ating national artist for music to inspire us until the next PSME chats next month in February. So watch out for our YouTube link and FB page. Thank you very much, PSME board, and our wonderful, wonderful participants from our YouTube chat.
One more picture taking.
Marco.
My picture, yes.
Marco.
Thank you, thank you. Picture taking.
Marco, what happened? Nawala
Let's stop
ako.
the live stream now. Okay, bye. Wait,
Picture,
bye-bye
okay.
to our YouTube